Want help to grow your business? Download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.
Hello everyone, once again, welcome to Teach Me Tech, the show where we take a look at new, sometimes complex ideas and tools online. We break them down for you so that you can implement them into your own business right now. My name is Pete Quist. This guy over here, who is he? He's Dr. Anthony Fernando. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Pete.
Now, if just in case you might have missed our previous episode, we gave you an introduction to a tool called Market Samurai, and Anthony and his team are behind this unbelievably cool bit of software, which we're going to talk about again today. But if you missed that first episode, never fear. If you already know a little bit about Market Samurai, this is a great place to step in as well. But hopefully you'll be able to pick up a few tips and tricks as we go. How does that sound?
Sounds great.
So let's call the episode How to Get More Out of Market Samurai. That sounds pretty descriptive.
Sounds like a good way to go.
Okay, so two quick things, as we say each and every week. First of all, follow along at home, especially if you've got a styled Euro-looking house and a green T-shirt. These sessions are highly practical, so make sure if you've got your second screen, you can follow along. Implement now. That's what we want you to do. And number two is ask and share. Get involved in the community and use the hashtag TeachMeTech. And even Anthony and myself will jump in there occasionally and check out what's going on with those hashtags. Use your favorite social platform. And for both of those Google Plus users, you can communicate with each other using the hashtag TeachMeTech. We've grown one since last week on Google Plus.
Fair enough, it's growing.
Fantastic. Also, let's take a look at what we are going to cover. First of all, a quick recap of Market Samurai and why you should consider using it in your business. The brutal nature of competition online. The two most important aspects of competition. The number one reason most people fail online. And finally, how to gain an almost unfair advantage over your competition using Market Samurai. And we've already discussed that almost unfair advantage, but I'm curious to see how we kind of wrap things up today. And we did get a little bit of feedback through the week on the hashtag TeachMeTech. People wanted to set more demos. Let's give us more demos. So we're going to give more demo time today, aren't we?
Yep, that's the plan.
Okay, so a quick recap of Market Samurai and why you should consider using it. Anthony, you're probably best positioned to tell us about this. What is Market Samurai once again?
Well, we think of it as a market research tool, a way to get an insight into what your market's looking for, understand their needs, so that you're better positioned to provide your prospective customers with information, content, and products that serve them and serve their business.
Okay, and this is based on information which is garnished from search engines such as Google that says this is what people are searching for.
Yes, so there's no guesswork associated with it. It's data that comes from what people are searching for online.
So the question for people is, would you like to know what people are actually searching for related to your business?
That's it.
And if there's anyone out there that said, no, not interested, great. Well, that's okay. Go and get stuck into something else. I'm sure The Bachelor or The Bachelorette is on or something like that. But if you answered yes, then this is probably a good place to be.
Absolutely.
Okay, so why should you consider using it for your business?
Because it gives you an advantage. It gives you that almost X-ray vision to see what's happening in your prospective customer's mind. You get an insight into that and you can position your business accordingly.
We discussed last week, hardly any businesses do this.
And it really comes down, I think the reason, we were talking last time, the reason that happens is people don't have time. I think most business owners are so busy trying to run their actual business that they don't have time to do this kind of research because traditionally it took so long. But the nice thing with Market Samurai is it cuts that time right down to minutes rather than hours or days. So you can actually do it. If you're going to create a video, do a bit of research, figure out the best thing to target, then go about it.
Okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, if you've got an online business, how important should keyword research be in the scheme of things?
Good question. I think it's up there at, say, 8 or 9 because it's something that you should do each time you create content to maximise the value of that content. People are spending a lot of time creating content. Let's make sure it delivers the results.
Because if you're creating content on your website and you don't know specifically what people are searching for, then you're kind of fishing blind, aren't you?
You're guessing. Yep.
Fishing blind. I just made up a new term there. Love to see that. Hello to all the blind fishermen out there. We hope you're enjoying Teach Me Tech. But it really is a difference between knowing what people are searching for so I can deliver content directly to you versus here's what I think you should be searching for even though you're not.
That's exactly right, Pete.
And for a lot of businesses, do you find that they are on the wrong track?
Yep, they're guessing and they're basing it based on what they believe rather than what their customer is actually looking for.
And it's not always accurate, is it?
No.
Nope. Okay, so with that in mind, that is the quick recap of Market Samurai. Let's think about now the brutal nature of competition online. And it is a brutal world out there with regards to online competition, isn't it?
It really is. And when you think about it, it's very easy to see why. So in terms of the online world, the competition, it's all about that front page of Google. And the thing about the front page of Google is that there's only 10 spots on the front page of Google. And literally there can be thousands and thousands of businesses competing for those top 10 spots.
Can I get a hands up from anyone watching where your website has been delegated to page 2 or worse of Google? And I can see a lot of hands. And let me tell you how visible you are in the search engine world when you're on page 2 or below.
That's it. So,
I mean, it's honest, right?
yep.
It's honest. Okay, I'm going to hand the little slide clicker over to you. We kind
Alrighty.
of coordinated it better this week than what we did last week.
So we've got a front page of Google,
Talk to me.
10 spots,
Yes.
thousands of people competing for it. It is a brutal game. One thing that we like to use, it's a bit of a story that we often use about to describe the nature of competition online. And it's the story of the lion and the 2 business owners. So the story goes that there's 2 business owners in Africa on a safari adventure.
Not American dentists, I hope.
No, not American dentists. Let's steer away from American dentists.
Okay, 2
Two
business
business owners.
Great.
They turn around a corner and they come face to face with a lion. And the first business owner sits down on the log next to the path and pulls out her runners from her backpack and starts putting her runners on. And the other business owner says, "What are you doing? You're not going to be able to outrun a lion." And she replies, "I don't need to outrun the lion. I just need to outrun you." And so that, in effect, explains, believe it or not, explains the nature of online competition. Because you don't need a perfect website to get on the front page of Google. What you need to do is be a little bit better than the other websites that are already there.
Yeah, very important. I wouldn't have thought, if we take a look at the screen there, I wouldn't have thought that's appropriate safari attire in the first place. So kind of got hung up on that. But it's true, right? It's exactly true what you're talking about here. So what have you learnt with developing Market Samurai? What have you learnt based around this?
Well, the idea is to try and find keywords to target that have an acceptable amount of competition. So if you're trying to target keywords that are incredibly competitive, no matter what you do, you're not going to get there. So you're going to waste a lot of time and effort, but you're not going to get onto that front page. So it's about finding the right opportunities.
And outrunning the competition, putting on the joggers.
Exactly. That's
Perfect.
what it's all about.
I love it. That is a brutal honesty. That's it. Okay, let's move on.
All right.
The 2 most important aspects of competition. 2 of them.
2.
Okay.
So when it comes to competition, the way we like to think of it is there's the first aspect of competition that's important is the amount of competition. So really the easiest way to understand that is to look at a picture. And the idea is that for particular keywords, there's going to be high level of competition, which means there's a lot of people in that competition trying to target that keyword, trying to get on that front page. And then for other keywords, there's much lower levels of competition. There's fewer people trying to get on that top page and that top 10 spots. So that's just the amount of competition.
Okay, the theory sounds awesome. In practice, it really is even more brutal than we kind of made out previously as well, isn't it?
It's a brutal game out there, yeah, for sure.
And a lot of people are putting a lot of money into this, but some people are putting the money in blind as well.
That's true, but if you're going against keywords, you might be going up against multinational corporations with very deep pockets that are throwing everything they've got at trying to get to that top position.
And even if they're not as effective, they might still try and bury you just by throwing money at it. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to pick our battles, aren't we?
That's exactly right.
Okay.
So, but the second aspect of competition, it's not just all about the amount of competition, it's also about the strength of the competition. Because what if there's only 10 people going after a particular keyword, but they're incredibly strong? Then again, it's going to be very hard to get in there. So the way we'd like to look at this, let me ask you something, Pete. Let me paint a picture for you.
Okay.
There's 2 boxing rings.
Right.
You have decided to get in to the boxing competition. So you're going to go and join the boxing competition.
Because I have been working out.
You have been?
Yeah, I did a boxing session this week. Did you know that?
Okay,
Yeah.
there you go. This is a real world situation.
I might as well be.
So 2 boxing rings. Now you have to decide, Pete, which ring you're going to enter. So the good thing is you can check your competition before you climb into the ring.
Okay, great. Who have I got?
So in ring number 1, you've got a professional MMA fighter who has had 30 fights, 30 knockouts.
Okay.
In the second ring, you've got a complete newbie who has never fought before, weighs 45 kilograms.
Is that Peter Moriarty, host of Google Made Easy on Business Blueprint?
I don't know, Peter, so I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, so a bit of a weakling.
Yeah, so my question to you, Pete, is which ring are you going to climb into?
Do I get some thinking music?
Yep.
I don't need it. I'm going to climb in with the weakling with no... I'm not getting in the ring with a MMA fighter.
Exactly. So looking at this situation, it's blatantly obvious which ring you want to get into. Where it gets a bit trickier is when you look at keywords and online competition. But let's say, instead of the boxing rings, we're looking at 2 particular keywords.
Okay.
So the first keyword is very competitive. It's the equivalent of the MMA fighter. So the people that are duking it out are the big multinational companies. They're just throwing money at it. It's almost impossible to win that fight.
Because at the end of the day as well, if you're looking at a keyword and those top 10 results, like number 11...
To continue enjoying this presentation, download Bryn, the world's first business advisor in your pocket. To find out more, visit bryn.ai or search the App Store today.